How to grow amaranth flowers. Amaranth plants produce nutritious leaves and seeds. Many varieties also feature appealing flowers that grow in tassels as long as your forearm. Whatever your interest in the plant, the right conditions and a small amount of care will lead to blossoming amaranth in a surprisingly short amount of time. Required maintenance is minimal, and the plant is hardy once established. Plant your amaranth during the spring, and you'll have leaves, seeds, and flowers by mid-summer. Method 1: Sowing and planting amaranth. 1. Sow amaranth seeds indoors. Individual 3 inches, 8 centimeters, pots are best. If planting in a shared bed, space seedlings 10 to 14 inches apart from one another. Lightly cover each seed with about a 1/4 inch of soil, and place the bed out of direct sunlight, in an area where it will not be exposed to cold. Keep the seeds around 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius. Your seeds will germinate in 10 to 14 days. 2. Time your seeding carefully in colder climates. Ideally, plant them 6 to 8 weeks before you can move them outside. They will still be small enough to easily transplant at this age, but will be harder to replant if much older. 3. Move plants outdoors once the threat of frost has passed. Plant your amaranth in a mostly sunny location. In seasonal climates, late May or early June is the best time to transplant seedlings. Replant seedlings about 20 inches, 51 centimeters, apart, in soil that will drain well, and in a location that receives plenty of sunlight. If you did not plant seeds indoors early in the season, you can sow seeds directly outdoors once you're sure there will not be another frost. 4. Sow seeds outdoors in warmer climates. While indoor planting is recommended in areas that get frost, you can directly sow amaranth seeds outdoors in places where frost is not a concern. Once soil temperature maintains at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, thinly sow seeds in rows. Sow about a dozen seeds per foot, which will allow 1 gram of seed to sow a 50-foot row. If planting multiple rows, space them 12 to 16 inches apart. It will take about a pound of seed to sow an acre. If it rains before the seedlings emerge, break up any layer of crust that develops on the surface of the soil. Otherwise, the crust may prevent seeds from sprouting. Seeds will germinate in 10 to 15 days. 5. Ensure you have suitable soil. The soil in which you grow your amaranth should not contain too much clay. Additionally, test your soil's pH. Amaranth is less sensitive to soil variability than many other plants, but will grow best in soil with a pH between 6 and 7. Extremely rich soil will actually reduce a plant's amount of flowers. If you're hoping for flowers, don't fertilize or otherwise enrich the soil. Ultimately, amaranth will grow in most soil types that are suitable for gardening. Method 2: Selecting an amaranth variety. 1. Try Amaranthus caudatus. One especially popular variety of amaranth for flowering is A. caudatus. Several different cultivars of caudatus all produce long, lasting flowers, in either erect or drooping tassels. Tassels of red, maroon, or yellow, green will last for as long as 8 weeks. Go with a green thumb cultivar for bright green flowers that are likely to last a while. Opt for loves, lies, bleeding for long drooping clusters of dark red flowers. Go with pygmy torch for more erect maroon clusters. 2. Plant Joseph's coat. Another especially popular Amaranthus variety is A. tricolor, which is also known as Joseph's coat or summer poinsettia. This plant is the classic option for growing popular edible leaves referred to as Chinese spinach. It can grow quite large, with relatively unimposing flowers but an especially attractive and richly colored foliage. Cut back buds on a tricolor to encourage branching. This will also delay flowering, but will ultimately lead to a larger and more vibrant plant. 3. Select another Amaranthus variety. A viridis will provide long, green flower clusters, which will branch and cascade especially desirably. They are favorable for sunny locations, and can hold up especially well in a drier climate. A Cruentus, meanwhile, will give you large, golden flowers tassels that are likely to swing in the breeze. A hypochondriacus, or prince's feather, is described as having leaves of purple, red or green. The tips of its stems are crowned with large erect spikes of tiny bright red flowers. 4. Grow Amaranth for food. Choose a smaller variety for decor and salad greens. Some of the amaranth varieties that are commonly planted as decoration will also provide you with healthy greens. In fact, amaranth greens are one of the hardiest salad greens for growth in hot weather. On the other hand, if you're growing amaranth for the seeds, the lighter, colored seeds, the better. Amaranth leaves taste a bit like spinach and contain plenty of nutrients, including protein, vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Specifically, red leaf vegetable amaranth will provide medium green leaves with a bit of dark red. In addition to the health benefits, these will also increase the visual appeal of a salad. Tampala is the best variety for greens in particular. Black, seeded amaranth are also best suited for greens, as opposed to seeds. Method 3: Cultivating and harvesting amaranth. 1. Weed carefully at first. The first few weeks of care are especially important. Take care when weeding, as amaranth seedlings resemble some common weeds. Planting in rows, or carefully remembering specific plant location, can help prevent you from accidentally pulling them up. Once the plant is about a foot tall, 30 centimeters, it will begin to grow quickly, and will shade out any weeds in its immediate vicinity. 2. Encourage the plant to grow. Once the plant develops a terminal bud, located at the end of the plant's main stem, cut it off to encourage branching. This will also encourage more young, tender shoots, which are ideal for use as salad greens. 3. Cut and dry flower clusters. You'll start to see flowers around June if you planted in early spring. Flowers will continue to bloom fully from July until the first frost. You can cut off clusters of flowers to dry them and hang them as decor, though do not do so if you also wish to harvest seeds from the same branch. 4. Pick leaves as you need them. The leaves of many amaranth varieties are healthy and hearty lettuce options. Younger greens are best for fresh salads, while older greens are preferable if you want to cook with them. 5. Check seeds for ripeness. Seeds are usually ripe 3 months from planting. The best way to determine whether they are ready to harvest is by shaking or rubbing flower heads between your fingers. If the seeds are ready, they will fall from the flowers readily. If you see numerous birds hanging around your amaranth plants, this likely indicates that seeds are ready to harvest. You can harvest seeds even after cold weather returns. In fact, seeds are easiest to harvest a few days after a hard frost, right at the end of the growing season. 6. Gather seeds. Bend individual plants into a 5-gallon bucket or wheelbarrow and rub the seed heads between your palms. While this may take a good amount of care, it will minimize the amount of other debris that falls from the plants, and reduce your need to sort through the seed later on. This will only gather the especially dry seeds, allowing a secondary harvest a week or so later. Try rubbing flower heads onto a screen balanced on top of your collection bin. This will allow you to blow away finer debris before dumping your seeds in whatever receptacle you're using. Dry seeds further by leaving them in the sun or a constant source of low heat. Store dry seeds in an airtight container, somewhere cool and dry.